Welcome back, everyone. With the NBA draft being over with, I was able to find out some more on the Pistons' latest player that they will get as part of the Mason Plumlee trade that the Hornets selected, whose name is Balza Koprivica. Apparently, he's big, he's an okay defender, he has good hands. However, he isn't aggressive enough around the basket. He also is not a scorer. So I would say the Pistons would use him for defensive purposes. The thought I had about Luka Garza, and I believe this is the reason why the Pistons traded Mason Plumlee, is I believe Luka Garza is going to take over Mason Plumlee's role in the Pistons. The only thing is, of course, that Luka Garza is not a seasoned veteran, so you can't expect him to do what Mason Plumlee did. But I think the thinking is between he and Isaiah Stewart, and then perhaps with some of the other players, that they will be able to account for Mason Plumlee's production without him being there. And bear in mind, and for those of you who don't know this, this will be new information for you, that Luka Garza averaged, I believe it was 20 points and 10 rebounds a game for the Hawkeyes. He won't be a 20-point scorer per game for the Pistons. However, Mason Plumlee averaged about 10.5 points and 9 rebounds last year for the Pistons. So if Luka Garza in his rookie year gets half that production, I would say with Isaiah Stewart stepping up and some of the other players on the team, that they will be able to account for the rest of the production. And not only that, the Pistons save money for about the same production, and that's how they come out ahead with that. The only strange thing, and I'm just going to touch on this lightly before I wrap this up, and it's a head scratcher to me unless the Pistons end up trading him, is the selection of Isaiah Livers. I don't know exactly how he's going to fit within the Pistons, unless he and Luka Garza are going to be part of the secondary rebounding. But I mean, who are you going to get rid of for Isaiah Livers to be on the roster? And I'll explore that some more when I have my post-draft special, wrap-up special after the draft. But I'm very puzzled by this. I'm just as puzzled by the fact the Pistons didn't take a shooting guard. Now, granted, Joel Ayayi wasn't drafted, and the Pistons could bring him in as a free agent. That's entirely possible. So we'll see what happens with that. But in evaluating this draft, and I'll have to spend a little bit more time on it, I am left scratching my head about some of these selections that Troy Weaver has made, to be sure. And that will do it for this NBA draft special. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. A little bit tired because of the Olympics, so I apologize for that, but covering the Olympics takes it out of you. And I will be back with Olympic coverage, not tomorrow, unfortunately, but on Saturday, as I have some things to do that are going to take me away from this. So I'll have about 2 days worth of Olympic coverage for you on Saturday at some point in time. Not sure when. My name is Ed Moss. Take care. Have a good night. If you're on the roads, drive safely. And I'll be back with you on Saturday with Olympic updates. And I'll be back for those of you who are Pistons fans at some point after the Olympics, where I will have the N.B.A. draft post wrap-up special where I go over every Pistons selection. And by that time, I will have what I didn't report tonight to you. Take care. Have a good night.